Hello and welcome to the latest update of my management tool for Pokémon Sleep. For those of you who are new, I made a versatile tool for myself to manage different aspects of the game that I would like to track. And as it evolved, I thought others might also find it useful, so I decided to share it with my viewers. You can find a link to the tool in the description, where you should save a copy of your own before starting to use it. Now let's get to business and go over the changes and improvements I made in the tool. First of all, let's have a look at the Sleep Points shop. As you can see here, the shop had a slight facelift. I tweaked a few fields and cleaned up the shopping cart list to better reflect what you wish to buy. I also added a few bells and whistles to give you warnings in color, such as in case you are trying to buy more of an item than there is. The only fields you need to update on the Sleep Points shop table, the one on the leftmost, are the desired amount, how many you have already bought, and the buy field to indicate if you wish to include this in your shopping cart calculations. The rest of the numbers should not be messed with and are either constant or will update automatically as you update the three fields I have mentioned. The shopping cart on its part will also reflect the changes to what you have already bought to show what remains on your list. Another new addition to this tool is the monthly bonus rewards table on the right. This little tracker streamlines the calculation of the monthly bonuses you might get. The values can be found as before inside the table above it, named Sleep Points Calc, but now the new mini table will affect some of the overall expected sleep points fields, based on whether you already collected those bonuses or not. At the beginning of each month, you should reset the check marks on that mini table to make sure you get the correct results. Now let's move on to the second tab that had some changes, which is the event shop. Here, I have made quite a few changes and additions to better reflect the nature of the Latios and the Soul Dew event, as it has that extra layer of complexity with the added global drowsy power rewards. As such, and to maintain a clean view that can hold all the information without the need to scroll down or sideways, I have rearranged and resized some fields. Most things are in the same place, so it shouldn't be too difficult to orient yourselves around. Let's start with the left side. The event shop items for week 1 and 2 have been updated, as you can see. As always, you should only insert information into cells that are highlighted in blue margins. The rest might have calculations that will break if you change them. Under the items, you can see a new table called Legendary Instances Plan. As the name suggests, this table is here to help with planning when you'd like to use your legendary instances to maximize material gains or for whatever reason. In the middle of the page, we have the tasks, which remain the same as in the Latias event. The start and end dates for both weeks, as well as the usage of a good camp ticket, are open for changes if needed and for future events. Below, I added the tables that reflect the global drowsy power rewards we can get by reaching the different thresholds. If you look at the data mine, you know that some of the rewards are not materials, or downs in this case. For simplicity's sake, any reward that is not materials just has the value of 0, because you don't need this tool to track those down. The table for the first week is already populated with the rewards, but the table for the second week is not, because we don't have that information yet. You will need to add the values under the reward column for the second week once we know them. This is the only case where you should change values in a gray cell. Before I move down to the analysis section, I'd like to move to the bundles shop section on the right. The bundles shop tables have been updated as well. Not that there was much to update, thankfully. Here is where you can plan which bundles you'd like to buy and what you'll get overall. I added a field for desired amount in the bundles table on top, so now, much like with the Sleep Points shop, you can use this column to plan what to buy, and you'll see the costs as before, and when you actually buy something, you'll just need to update the bought column next to it. The shopping cart and bundles tables will reflect the changes based on what you bought. I also added the total cost field because the current cost will now also change based on what you bought. As a reminder, the current cost, which is in diamonds by the way, that field draws its value from the General Resources tab, which I will not discuss here. Just know that that is a tab for you to manage your candies, dream shards, sleep points, and diamonds. Now let's get to the last but maybe most important section of this page, which is the analysis section. After I released this tool for the Latias event, I found that some of the fields that I thought made complete sense to me were actually kind of confusing. Because of that, I decided to revise them and the way they work and reflect information to make them more simple to understand. First and foremost, we have the current materials field in bold and gold. This is the field you would update the most as the event goes on. Below is the accumulated materials field. This is an automated field that will show you the sum of how many materials you have spent in the event shop and the amount of materials you currently have. So far, the same as before. The next three fields are where the changes are. At the beginning of the event, all three fields should have the same number in them. We have the total materials estimation. This field should reflect the truest and most accurate amount of materials you should expect based on your input and your progress so far. This field is the one that you should look at when trying to determine what you can buy. This field is the sum amount of the accumulated materials field and the next field below it, the potential gains left estimation. This field, the second one, is doing most of the heavy lifting in terms of calculations. It will show you how many more materials you could gain from any rewards, instances, bundles that you bought, friend research, and sleep research. As the days pass, and as you complete tasks, this number will shrink down. It is meant to show you what more you could gain that you haven't already. The field right below it, called Max Gain Estimation, is a simple one. It is fairly static, and is meant to show you the maximum gain potential you have for the entire duration of the event. Treat it as a benchmark for how well you are doing. You could definitely surpass this number based on the sleep styles you see and any surprise legendary or mythical visits you might have. On the right side of the analysis, I added a field called Legendary Instances Used. Each time you use one, you should mark it, and it will update your potential gain left estimation and total materials estimation fields. This field is connected to your legendary instances plan table. So if you used more legendary instances than planned, the additional ones won't reflect in the numbers unless you update the table. The other three fields below it remain as they have been and include estimates of materials gained from your sleep research and your friends research. The number set for the daily average materials from friends research can be safely changed if you think you would get less or more. These are all the changes and updates. I hope I did a better job this time explaining the tools and fields. If you are one of my tool users, I would greatly appreciate it if you left a comment so I could know how many people are actually using it. If you have suggestions, feel free to share. Other than that, please consider giving a like, share this video with others, and subscribe if you haven't done so yet. I wish you all good luck and fun during the Latios and the Soul Dew event.